walk in, you want to be able to. You want to be able to have that. Right. We don't want that. You don't want to see someone else's life in there. You don't want to know that they have cats. You don't want to know, what their schedule is with soccer and this and that. It has to feel like their house.
Well, what about the picture thing? Because we've heard both, right? We've heard people say strip your house of any personal photos.
Yeah.
And then we've heard arrange a few photos to make it look like a happy family can live here, if that's a family facility.
Yeah. My personal preference, no photos. Take them out.
Now, where am I putting everything while people are walking through my house?
If it's a lot of stuff, it's good to rent one of those pod units, those storage units you can put outside.
I do.
They're massive. They're crazy. But it's a great way to get stuff just out of the way temporarily. If you're having open houses regularly or your brokers coming in with people randomly throughout the week, just keep like a cardboard box or a bin that you can put your toiletries and stuff in, and then tuck that away when you leave in the morning, and then just pull it back out. So it's easy enough.
Just so you know, Tanya Nyack's bed is up really, really high. It is, because she likes the whole riser thing and put it under the bed kind of thing.
That's a good little secret, to throw some stuff underneath the bed.
That's what the skirt's for.
Yeah, you're right, extra large.
So what about the forgotten fixer-uppers? What is that?
Okay, I think we all have them. You walk through your house, you live in your house for so long, you don't see the scuff marks, you forget about that missing switch plate on the light fixture. They're just things that we don't see anymore because we live in the house and we just walk by it. So I recommend taking digital photos of your space, pull it up on your computer, and look at it.
Ooh,
is that my house? Yeah, you're either going to be pleasantly surprised or just mortified. Hopefully it's the first.
Well, when you go into people's houses, do you find that they totally have no idea what their house looks like? Or they know and they just can't get their hands around it?
And when I'm doing design to sell?
Yes.
Usually those are emergency situations.
So triage, rubber gloves.
A lot of people ask me, how do you get inspired? How do you figure out what you're going to do?
You walk in and you get, and then you get inspired.
The house just tells me what it needs. That's it.
Help me. So give us some quick fixes that we can do. Let's just say that we want to sell our house or have traffic in there by Friday because there's a whole tax thing that's going on.
Yeah.
What can we do as some quick fixes to help us get on our way?
All right. Well, if you have a few $100 to spend, change out the hardware on your cabinets. Change out the light fixtures. Simple cleanup, the declutter, very, very important. Freshen up the space. I mean, there's just these simple things like the light fixtures. To me, it's almost like the jewelry to an outfit. You just want to bring something updated, new, and current, and it makes a huge, huge difference.
How are the light fixtures in your house?
Well, it's an old house, sometimes non-existent.
Oh.
And there's rooms with no overhead lights. One by one, I'm trying to put some in so we can see.
Give her a room that you'd like to fix and how. Like, what's there now? Watch your judges. And you'll give her $2,000, but I'm only giving her $2,000.
Well, I already bought the fabric for the kitchen, so I guess that doesn't count.
Up to you. We can pretend you didn't buy
it. Can your carpenters sew? Otherwise, I have to get the upholsterer. I'd love to do my dining room. It's like the last one on my list.
Okay. Do you have a chair rail? Or do you go for traditional, or what style?
Traditional but clean.
And you have a chair rail?
I have a chair rail.
Okay, good. So you have a chair rail, and is there a wainscot or something on the bottom, or are you doing...
No, deep moldings on the floor.
Okay.
And a wainscot, and the chair rail, and no other moldings.
You don't have a crown?
There's a crown in the ceiling.
Pretty.
I have a chandelier I don't really like.
What's the color of the room?
That's what I don't like. It's kind of two-tone. The previous owner left it two-tone, kind of almost a...
You mean top and bottom?
Beige, top and bottom, and then kind of a pea green along the bottom.
And the chair rail separates?
Yeah.
I had just a visual that I don't think made me smile.
They had a red sideboard in there, too. I'm like, oh, okay.
Thinking Exorcist.
Yeah. Okay.
Red with the pea green and the... Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Underneath the chair rail, you could probably do, the molding squares to give it a more formal effect.
Oh, yeah.
You could paint everything a white semi-gloss or satin, so the whole thing from the chair rail down looks like it's wood. On the top part, you could do grass cloth. Have you thought about wallpaper? Do you like wallpaper?
I flip wallpaper all the time.
I love wallpaper. It's like my favorite thing right now.
What's grass cloth?
It's kind of that woven, jute look. I don't know if that's the look you're going for, but there's so many options with wallpaper. It could just give you any look you want.
One of my favorite magazines puts a wallpaper page in every month. I'm like, look, there's wallpaper.
You mean like a sample?
Every month they do 6 samples of wallpaper that you may not have considered before. So every month I clip that out.
Do you? It's funny because wallpaper was so out. It was the kind of thing where if you have wallpaper, make sure you rip it down. Now everyone's putting wallpaper up.
Well, everything's cyclical.
Yeah.
Hopefully the economy.
Yeah, well, it comes down a lot easier, too.
Yeah, than it used to.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, where can people find out more about you? Because I'm sure you piqued their curiosity. Now they're thinking, what room would I like to redo?
Well, I have a website.
Tell us.
TaniyaNayak.com. You don't have a weird spelling, right? It's Taniya.
Taniya.
Yes, Taniya Nayak, like kayak.
And we're going to see you on Design to Sell?
Yes, and I also have a new show out called Destination Design. It's on Fridays at 2:30 and on Saturdays at 1:30.
Explain that one, because I was reading about that.
Oh, it's so much fun. So I send couples away on a vacation, and while they're traveling, they're sending me inspiration through Skype, through text messages, video messages. I mean, with technology now, it's amazing how quickly I get their information and I transform it into a design in their house.
Can you imagine you come back at a tiki bar?
It's just like Paris. Yeah, and it's so not that. It's so not literal. Trust me. It is very sort of outside the box, a new way to think on how to design your space.
To kind of keep the relaxed thing going when you get home. You're awesome. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
You'll come back.
Fun.
You'll visit with us. You'll come over, you'll paint her house?
Of course.
Okay.
My grand squad.
Taniya Nayak, thank you so much. Of course, you can check her out on HGTV, Design to Sell, and the new show that you're going to see her on as well. But we are so not done with you yet. I mean, not by a long shot. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of things that you need to do this week. And Marion Roach is going to tell you about them. You can howl at